Hey guys, and welcome back to another video here. Today we are doing What If Goku Trained Deku Part 2. Yay, third time charm. Yeah. In the last part we left off with Deku walking into UA for the, well, I guess second ever time, but the first ever time being a student there. And also in the last part, of course, Deku learned how to use, use ki and how to semi-sense it. He can use it to sense where people are, but not their power level yet. And yeah, and of course he learned how to fly. He does have one for all. And if you want more, go in the description below or watch this entire video and wait for the end screen end cards, whatever they're called, because the playlist will be on there too, plus the latest video upload, which would probably more or less be this, and also the one that YouTube decides that best suits your tastes. And besides from that, yeah. And also, guys, just before I go into life, I want to say, thank you guys for getting me to 300 subscribers. I woke up today seeing 295 or 298. One of those two, and I thought to myself, well, yeah, probably tomorrow I'm going to see 300, and well, I did. And yeah, I just wanted to, say that probably time I say this, I'm probably at 302, 304, 305 to 310. I don't know. I'm just happy the channel's growing. Anyway, with that out of the way, let's get into this this part. Yes, this part. And so, as well, Deku's going through the campus, going 1A, 1A, where's 1A, where's class 1A, why is this school so big? And then once he sees, class 1A, and he said, why the heck is the door so big? As he'd think that in his head, but not actually say it, and he's then thinks, is there giants here? Is there giants in my class? Like, what? Yeah. As he opens it, as everyone pretty much looks at him, and Deku kind of noticed that as either would then go over, you're that boy from the entrance exam, I'm sorry for whatever he did, I can't remember, because I didn't watch that part well too long. And he's like, and you saw, you saw there was another factor. It's like, well, I kind of guessed that it could, well, I think it's this one where I figured it out, I think, not sure. But yeah, it'd go, well, yeah, it was kind of obvious that, a hero school, it would make sense that, a hero school, there'd probably, be hero points for saving your classmates or that. Your maybe future classmates or that. Who are in trouble with that, or well, too over their heads. As then Uraku, go, come round and go, I know that her, as who turn around and go, oh, hi, it's you. You're the girl from the thing that I saved. It's like, oh yeah, thanks, for that. Whereas Deku would notice, pretty much caterpillar looking thing on the floor, as he'd go, I think that's our teacher, I should go sit down. As he'd, walk past them then, and I'll go sit down. as then, of course, Aizawa's woken up to Ida and Uraka talking, and he goes, hey, it took you well too long to be quiet. And as they'll, sit down, and Ida would go, well, who are you? Who are you? Why do you look so, tired? Like, disgusting as Deku's just put his palm and oh my god, he's talking like that to our teacher. I think he's gonna get kicked out. And he's like, for one, I'm so tired, Zara, and I'm your classroom teacher. Got it there? Rude, got it there, rude boy. As he's on about Ida's, yeah, it's just like some of them, would be stunned, while others would be like, I'm pretty sure that's our teacher. Or at least the smarter people in the class would figure, that's probably our teacher right there, so you shouldn't talk bad about him, as, that's what he does. For some stupid reason. Anyway. Aizawa would go, well, he'd go to the locker, he'd throw like a gym uniform and out, wherever that landed, and go, put your gym uniforms on and meet me outside. As, they all do that. Well, no, we're going to do a test, a quick assessment test, as Deku's just like, in his head, like, I can't exactly. Well, I can use, one for like 10% at least. Not for long. Well, he still thinks not for long, even though he can do it for now around like 3 minutes. As with, Goku and Vegeta training him, he is able to use it for 3 minutes now. With, of course, his with him activating like his key and that, or using his key at the same time, he is able to hold it for 3 minutes straight. So he's able to go to, I would say, around like 11-12% now. Like for like 30 seconds, or 30 to 15 or 10 seconds. One of those 3 times. And he's like, oh, I guess I can use, those for whatever it is. As he's trying to think what would it be as. Yeah. And mind you, his key, his key is already, like, if he throws a ball with, key, he can throw it, pretty far, but if he then he thinks, well, I may not even have to use my card, because if it's something like a ball throw, I'm able to put my key, like a small amount of my key around the ball, enough to be able to like lift it and do what I want, and then just able to send it off in a direction. I guess preferably, in orbit, so I guess I would put it, in space, and then tell it, go forward, who'd think, do an orbit around the Earth. Yeah. As then, as I would look over, and in this timeline, even though Deku, even though I think Deku got first place, and yes, I would put you, I don't know, I would think Deku would go first, but I'm saying not for this, as, he would see the more, like, kind of, hot-tempered boy as, the best one, because he knows that this boy, at least, he may be able to do some real damage, let's say. I'm not sure, I'm not even 100% sure when Deku actually got when he started training, so sorry, can't remember. I believe it'd be after. I think so. Or was it before? I think it was before. No, it was after. Well, it was one of the two. Anyway, yeah. Because if it's after you got one for all, then, as I would know that Deku destroyed his body throwing it. And I think that is actually. Not 100% sure. Yeah, my bad for not watching the part 1. Well, I did. I just watched the ending. The beginning and the ending, which. Well, yeah. Anyway. Yeah. That is that. Well, yeah. As you'd think, Deku, you racked his arm pretty much. And he thinks, well, probably not, smart move to let a boy that, destroys his own body, go fast. So he thought, the red kind of, the tempered boy, as we know, back to go or catch on. Yeah. His back go, I'm gonna, I'm gonna throw it with some fines. As he throws it and then says, die. Or as he's throwing it, he says, die, or go to hell. Whichever one he says. That's what I'm thinking. I'm thinking he says, go to hell. I'm not sure, it's either that or die. One of those two. Yeah. As Deku's just like, oh, wow. As he's, does the same in canon. As though, as Deku would get a better score on, of course, all of them being able to use one for all. I'm realising that, at 10%, he's, down to longer than 30 seconds, and he's realising, because I've been using it so much with my ki, I've been able to, hold a lot more of it, as without his ki, he can use, I don't know, maybe it for, like, well, yeah, I'd think maybe in 30 seconds. Well, no, I'd say like not an hour, a minute. Yeah, just a minute straight without using ki. Whereas if he does use ki, he's able to then use again 12. I think maybe 13% for 30 seconds. Yeah, as he could in theory push to 14%, but that would be for a very quick, maybe like 2-3 seconds, and that causes extreme amount of pain, I would say, from it. It doesn't break his bones or that, but it definitely causes an extreme amount of pain for him. So he's not gonna go that high, not yet at least. As well, yeah. As then when, well, yeah, as of course when it comes to the running, he goes, and it said one for all, 10%. As I'd still, well, as he does turn it on and off, but throughout his body, because he's not going to exactly, leave, 10% on for, like 3 minutes straight and, rip around the stadium out. Who knows how fast. Yeah. As he doesn't also kind of want to create shockwaves, he's, going to normally walk around and that with it off, and then when they get to the next test area, activate it all over his body. Like with the arm thing, and that, well, yeah, well, he's gonna, I won't say he's gonna get first on a lot of them, but some of them he does. I'd say the long jump, because, well, in theory, you can go as far as you want back as long as you jump within the line. As long as your foot's not over the line, you're, I guess, safe to go back to a certain length. As before you'd say you'd go, as how far can I go back exactly? And as I'd go, well, you can go far, you can go nose back as far as you want. It's like, and just because it's a jump, there's nothing really that. It's just a long jump, see how far you can, jump. As you'd go, okay. As you'd, go back enough, and you go, I think this is enough to hit my 10% top speed. As you'd go 1-4. As you'd then think, wait, can I use my key and just fly? So you go, yeah, but I don't think that gravity code did. No, because it's long jump. No, I won't, but I could use it to, push me forward even more. Is that, yeah, why not? As because he runs forward, like 10% shooting past, as you think, why don't I try 11%? As he's still running and he just picks up a lot more speed. He's like, oh, I guess I can handle it. As he jumps. Yeah. As, you hear, well, even though it's not 100%, he does still go pretty high as, as I just think he's broken his legs again. That's stupid. Stupid kid. As Deku would then, use key to push himself forward, going through the air, not at a very high rate of speed, because he doesn't want to end up in, I don't know, halfway around the world or that. Because he knows he won't be able to go that fast. Not that fast, that far. But he, thinks that in his head. As he then go, I think this is, close enough, as, as he lands, he's like a centimetre away from the actual fence. As Death just like, Jesus, as how he's just like, as he'd then come over and go, yeah. He's like, well, but, well done. You didn't break your legs. And, with some other tests later, it comes to the ball throw. As he's about to, throw the ball, as I would, well, he'd think he would have deactivated Deku's squat key. Yes, he would have deactivated 1-4, which would have just, helped the ball get into orbit slightly faster. As Deku, as the ball's still going upwards, as it's, just following what his mind says, which is, doing orbit. Well, just, going to orbit until I call you back. As it's then, as everyone else is just seeing, this ball just, ball with a slight green haze around it, very slightly. As it just flies off into, space, gaining speed. Yeah, as I was just like, what? I didn't manage to throw that. No, how did I deactivate the quote? It's like, I can, well, so what do you mean? It's like, I can erase a clock or deactivate. I can pretty much forcefully take your clock away only for, only until I can blink, but how do you not manage to use it? Like, it's just like stockpiling clock. It just allows me to stockpile energy that I can later use, and, well, I've managed to train my body so I can, manipulate the stuff, I guess, around the ball. It's like, so you've got no clue. It's like, no, it's just an ability that everyone has. It's just, nobody really knew it existed. And you have to be trained in it, as, it could kill you if you don't have a good enough trainer. As you just think, let's just, make something up, at the spur of the moment. As I wonder, that's kind of a, bay that is then, as I shows everyone that is infinite. And he's like, do you want the ball back, by the way? It's like, well, yeah, it would be handy, as they'd go, wait, what? How can you call the ball back? It's, probably in orbit or very far away from now. It's like, yeah, it's in orbit, but it's in low Earth orbit. As he'd call it then back down as it would then, rapidly, speed toward, as they just see, something twinkling within, like in the sky. As then, it comes right to Deku, of course, slowing down quite abruptly. As it, lands in Deku's hand, as he absorbs the energy put, on the ball to be able to manipulate it. So goes, there you go, Aizawa, as he, walk off as. Well, just before, he does that, of course, Gatchon gets pretty ticked off. As he wants to know, what the heck. Well, he did explain what that was, but because Aizawa, actually said, he arrested his quirk, Bakugo's not happy. Because, well, All Might's watching it, and of course from a distance away, Goku and Vegeta are watching him, as, as both Goku and Vegeta think, nice move. I guess, with that thing being able to measure the ball's distance, I guess being able, to put a bit of key in that ball and be able to send it off in space is a good idea, because it just continued to orbit. Well, Goku just thinks it's a good idea, as Vegeta, explains, that boy, that was a smart move. As Vegeta, I just go, well, yeah, I know that, but, like, why? How comes, when he said infinite? Which is like, well, I'm guessing, Izuku, he obviously, as you noticed, put key in it. He's like, yeah, as he managed to, of course, call it back, but what he did do is put it into orbit around the Earth. In other words, it's constantly falling, but it's not able to return, back onto land, as it's going fast enough that it's not able to actually, land on here. Not unless he just got it to, literally stay stable right above him. Because I guess that would have been another good thing. I'm guessing he just, told it to go into orbit, as it pretty much just stayed there, flying around the Earth, until, of course, he called it back. Yeah. I just Goku goes, okay. I still don't really get it. I just, whatever. Yeah. And, well, yeah, then, well, after that, you'd go down to the beach where Goku and Vegeta would be waiting for him. Because he would have, gone back to his house first, gotten changed, and, he said to his mum, I'm going down to the beach. So he's like, okay, so I'm guessing, Goku and Vegeta, they're gonna come over again for dinner? So, yeah. She kind of thinks, they've been coming around so much that, well, I do have a spare, room. Well, as, she then decides to transform the spare room into, a bedroom, of course, 2 separate beds. As, well, Deku, goes down to the beaches. As Bakugo, be kind of hiding, watching Deku as, Vegeta, Goku, and, Deku would all at least be able to feel, that someone's watching them, as, they would notice someone's watching them. Or at least, feel by their ki that someone's there watching them. As, then, of course, All Might would appear as, catch on the video. What, All Might? Why is All Might there? Does All Might know those two? And, All Might go, young Midoriya, how are you, doing? How's your training been with, Goku and Vegeta? I was like, it's been good, I'm able to fly now and be able to actually, dodge, in flight. And Vegeta goes, yeah, not like your first time, mate, you went, well, where you, not like that time, well, you did start getting good, and you just had to, you got overconfident. So I was, Dad go, oh no, don't Vegeta, don't say that. I was almost like, ooh, what is that? As, as Vegeta goes, well, he got so, cocky that, he went, well, he used a higher amount of his power that he wasn't used to, like, used to moving around in, and he went flying straight into a pillar and then flying, well, he flew pretty much full speed into a pillar and then falling all the way into the ocean and flying out very slowly, embarrassed. We just couldn't contain our laughter. As as almost just laughing, stop it, it was embarrassing, it was a mistake, alright, I've learned my lesson. It's like, yeah, but you can't help but tease, you can't help it, it's just still funny, yeah, I haven't made that, mistake again. Yep. I was, catch something a while back ago, think, what, Deku can fly? What? Yeah. And why is he, and he doesn't really get it. As those who would tell, as, even though, of course, as, Goku and Vegeta does know about, One for All and that, so, almost like, why aren't you mentioning that? Is like, because there's someone watching us, as Vegeta would, quite loudly say that, because, there's someone over there watching us, all might. We're not sure if it's a villain or just a black fan of yours or that. We're not that sure, but someone's, been watching us, and that's why we're being careful. So, why is that? Yeah, and I'll go, yeah, there is. There's, go to, so notice, like, yeah, I've been able to sense I can't sense, the power level you speak of, like being able to sense other people's power levels, but I'm able to at least sense, their key and where they kind of are in like relation to, I am and the world. And Vegeta goes, well, I guess also with yours, you might should probably able to, project the, three-dimensional object, or if you know the layout of the building, you'd be able to pretty much think of it as, so you guys can imagine it. Think about, say your house, and you know how your house is laid out, unless you just moved into a new one. But yeah, you'd know having where everything is and that, and then picture that, in like a black place, but even though it's black, it's quite light also. And there's a kind of wide frame, and then you're able, then there's a dot, then like there'd be a bright dot, or maybe even like a bright, say, white dot indicating where you are, like you're probably in the bedroom, your bedroom right now, the bathroom, I don't know, front room, if you have one, front room, back room, side room, whatever you call it. Because in my house, the front room was in the back, because our back was meant to be the front, so our kitchen was in front, and our so-called front room was in the back. So anyway, you'd know the layout, and then you'd be able to like go, okay, so, and your mum could be, so, well, if you're living with your parents, if you're not, well, Catherine, if you're living alone, well, I don't know, but think of, I guess, say like, if you had a pet cat, your pet cat would be, say maybe, so like in the bathroom. Right now, why I don't know, but it could be, and you'd see then a red dot, like in the bathroom. Of course, it would be small, and that's pretty much what Deku, could do. He's able to sense. He's able to, sense the key, and well, it is, X, Y, the 3 coordinates on the, of course, on the Earth, and he's able to, because, he's probably going to be able to, see the blueprints of the building. He's able to then produce a 3-dimensional, view in his head, and then ways, senses them. He's able to go, okay, so there's, someone on the 3rd floor. I'm not sure, if they're good or bad, or that, he's able to do that. And, as, Vegeta says that, and Deku's probably like, well, maybe. Is that, not Deku, as Goku's like, why are you that smart? So he's like, yeah, he's smarter than you, Kakarot. He's a lot smarter than you. As, Deku would then go, oh yeah, also Vegeta, well, maybe you don't mind me asking, why do you call Goku Kakarot? Well, I understand, you come from a different, like, completely different universe, but I'm curious, why do you call him, Kakarot? You'd go, in our universe, called Saiyans, our race is Saiyan. Even though we look a lot like, you humans, we are actually, we are Saiyans, even though we are able to reproduce with humankind, and, well, me and Kakarot here have both got, wives, and both have got some human children. We're the last of our kind. We're the 2 last purebreds, as I think that's what, Vegeta would know. And that's kind of like, because his Saiyan name, which is another word for, a Saiyan name, of course mine being Vegeta, and I guess Afnan also being Vegeta, but because Goku was, well, as you call him Goku, but as Kakarot here was sent to Earth, I would be, being like very, like a at a very young age, being a baby, he was, even his Saiyan name was Kakarot. He was called Goku by an Earthling that Goku sadly killed by accident, or as he used to call that Earthling, Grandpa Gohan. As Goku would then explain that as Bakugo is just like, what, they can't be aliens. No, how's that even possible? I'm from another universe. Because mind you, he is smart, but Bakugo is smart, he just doesn't show it. As, he's just, wow. And, they've kind of determined that, it's not a villain, because if it was, he probably would have come out and, tried facing them by now, or would have ran away once All Might showed up. So they've kind of, deducted that, it's probably either a fan that's not really going to care much, or, a fan of All Might that's not really going to care, or just a random, civilian, or that. As he then goes out my stage, think, yeah, probably just a random civilian being nosy. As, well, he's back and go, and he's kind of gotten bored. Yeah. As, they do, or as, Deku does some sparring and that, and then, well, cause, All Might, would say, well, it's getting late now, so I'm gonna, guys, Deku's, Deku's friend goes, as, it would be his mum, and his mum would be, hi son, dinner's ready. So, and, tell, Goku and Vegeta I've got a surprise for them. So, okay, mum. So, yeah, and Goku go, what was that? It's like, oh, it's my mum, and go, is dinner ready? As go, yes, dinner, is ready. Is yeah. Oh, and my mum also wanted me to tell you before we randomly, teleport there that she's got a surprise for you and Vegeta. As just oh, as I would say, they've been sleeping, in random places. Yeah. Or also staying up kind of almost all night protecting, just watching, kind of like not scrolling, not just like watching, like Deku's place, making sure no villains will like attack him, because who knows, there could be someone somehow that knows Deku's, the next success of, 1-4, he's, some All Might successor, and, a villain may come and attack him at night, so, yeah, they take turns, watching him as, Ingram, or as they teleport outside, as she goes, I guess they're here, as, they would walk in and go, they're here, man. He's like, yeah, I kind of guessed that. As they'd sit down and they'd go, well, what's the surprise? I go, I'll tell you, after we've had dinner. You've got to be hungry after training all this time. As they like eat, or just eat a load of the food. As as once, like good, I'd say probably 10 minutes later, after Goku and Vegeta are filled up, they'd go, well, as you've been training my son, and I do you two have like anywhere to, I guess, live? As Goku and Vegeta go, no, man, we don't. As go, okay, you can stay here if you want. I've got a spare, room. You two could. So you'd go, what? It's like, oh no, don't worry, not in the same bed, in separate beds, just in the same room, separate beds. I just well, no, thank you, take you up on that offer, as, it kind of really, well, it did surprise them. It was, a surprise, as, as, they would, go, they would, I guess, have a bath in the first time in a long while. As Deku would also ask, because you're from another universe, doesn't your wife or that, don't they worry about you? Aren't you, gonna go back there? Because I've got, school for the next good couple of, good while, so, you may want, you may get bored, you may want, return to your planet and spend a little, time with your wives and that, as well as, Goku and Vegeta go, well, if we do that, Deku, we'd probably not be able to return for a good while, because, well, our wives doesn't exactly like us leaving. Or mine doesn't exactly mind, because I guess she she understands me, but Kakarot's wife, though, she doesn't exactly like Kakarot leaving, but surprisingly, once she doesn't seem to care. Or that much, so she go, oh, well, I know he'll come back, sooner or later. as that is, this is okay. That's a bit weird, but okay. Yeah, as they then go to sleep, and that's why I'm gonna end this part here. So, if you guys have enjoyed this part, and yeah, if you guys haven't, well, as I've just said, if you guys have enjoyed this part, like if you enjoyed it so much and you want to see more just like this, subscribe. And I guess if you want to, hit the notification bell so you don't miss out on any of videos I upload. But that's if you press all. You can leave it with, well, you can put Pacific or ones that you like, which, well, Pacific just means whatever one you've liked on. So say you like this one, then it will show you part 3 of this, part 4, or if say what if not with Naruto, what if Naruto was a ghost slash female, if you watch 10, probably 2 or 3 parts of those, you'd probably then realise that this person clearly likes it, as they're over an hour long. But yeah, I'm gonna end it here, guys, so bye.